I don't even. I'm lost for words. This team has done this all year long. Um, it's a game of two halves. We know that. And Ben Johnson kind of went from fourth down insanity early in the game, and the Bears couldn't consider stopping the Green Bay Packers to rallying for a victory. Gentlemen, we got a game next week at Soldier Field if your hearts can take it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm done. I am truly done. I mean, that's a tale of two halves. How many games have we had like this year? You sit there and I always say, you're writing your notes, your narrative of the game and all that stuff. They just erase every page, everything. I mean, the first half looked terrible. We're going to run, well, we're not going to run Ben Johnson out of town, but we're going to talk about Ben Johnson, how bad he is. We're firing Dennis Allen. We're doing all this stuff. Then they go into halftime and they come out, they're a completely different team. The first three series, they give up touchdowns. The first three series, the second half, they get 3 and outs. The offense comes alive. They put up, I mean, it's just my heart. I can't, I don't know, man. It's unbelievable. What a season this Bears has had, and just what a game. And that just kind of sums up the entire season. How exciting, how fun. And you know what? We beat the damn Packers.
Mm-hmm. And what does DJ Moore say, right? DJ Moore says,
Bingo.
as always. As always. And, hey, Pat, what you meant to say was never a doubt with this team.
Come
They
on.
were exactly where they wanted to be. You know, that's what we were thinking watching the game, right? Never a doubt. I mean, this team, man, they are not out of games, Pat. I don't know how to explain it. I look up and they're down by, you're doing the math, and the Green Bay kicker misses the field goal and misses an extra point. I mean, to keep them in the game, right? You're like, okay, well, they can do it now since he missed the extra point. Now they can at least tie it up, but they score a touchdown and find ways to score. And we talked about this in pregame, and I know it's that whole game is just a crazy game to go through and talk about and break down. But in pregame, we talk about, okay, do we have the quarterback who can do things like bring his team back, right, Pat? Who can do the things that, you know, and they don't have Aaron Rodgers anymore. So at the end of the game, Jordan Love's a very good quarterback who had a good game, but I'm not thinking Aaron Rodgers is on the field, right? Caleb Williams, 361 yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, just Ben basically put the ball in his hands most of the fourth quarter for him to make plays. And Colston Loveland, what a game. And it's just, this team, man, they're gutsy, they're gritty. Their coaching staff, Dennis Allen, take a bow in the second half, man. Take a bow, Coach Allen. You just call those. People say you can't play cover one, you can't blitz, you can't be aggressive. You know what he said in the second half? Screw you guys. Screw you guys. This is how we got to win the game. Billings is hurt. I'm yelling. Jonathan Ford is stopping the run the other side. I'm like, every time Jonathan Ford stops a run, I want to punch myself in the face, right? And then Billings goes down. I'm like, oh, the game's over. But guess what they do? They find a way to stop the run, Mully, without Billings.
It's unbelievable.
The game is unbelievable. This team is unbelievable. They're fun to watch. They're tough. They're gutsy. They find ways to win football games. And whoever's coming here next week, they better get ready for 4 quarters. You got to play 60 minutes to beat the Chicago Bears.
What a story Caleb is writing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know, he's talking about being the Iceman. We've got one. You know, we've talked about we wanted to see it. We've got one. What he did there in the fourth quarter is pretty impressive. And he just looks so comfortable and confident. And this whole team, the entire time this season, they've gone on to win these one-score games. He's come from behind wins. Last 2 minutes, they keep talking about belief. They keep talking about belief. And I'll be honest with you, that second half, I started dripping a little bit in my belief. It wasn't there, but they didn't. They don't. And that's why they came through at the end. They believed in each other. And like you said, credit to Dennis Allen, what he did in the second half. But that belief in Caleb Williams, man, we've got one. It's going to be a national story now of Caleb Williams being the Iceman, being the come-from-behind king and all that kind of stuff. And it's just fun to watch. And you know what? It's exciting to see what can happen next week, what can happen next year. And, you know, it's just nice to kind of flip the script on the Packers and beat them tonight.
It is about as unlikely an outcome as you could expect given the first half of the game. I mean, it was so deflating to see what happened in the first half, and clearly Ben Johnson set a signal to everyone. our defense can't stop them. I don't think I should let them try. We're going to just go for it all over the place. Now, if you think about some of the field goals they passed on, all those points would have added up to like an easy victory, as it turned out. But they needed that extraordinary comeback. They needed, as you say, Caleb Williams. Man, I mean, Caleb Williams is a young man just getting started. And Colston Loveland, what a monster of a player. I mean, what an amazing player. It's just extraordinary that we got to watch that. I feel envy for anyone that was out there and stayed through the bitter end. I felt a couple different times. You just killed the crowd. You just took the crowd out of the game. What is going on here? And they stayed with it, and the place went crazy, and I think we're all going a little crazy.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I mean, just when you think about going into the game, my thoughts were O-line dominate. They gave up 300 yards to the Baltimore Ravens. Dominate the line of scrimmage. Pat, Mully, that's the last thing we did. The last thing we did, and the O-line's had a great year. The last thing they did today was have a good game, right? That wasn't a great game by the O-line, but they fought out. They were tough. They were gritty too. The Packers were holding us up front on the run. They came to stop the run, and they did. And guess what? Our quarterback, who I think Mr. Mannelly's been asking for all year to go out there, win the football game. Mm-hmm. Go out there, beat a guy. Go out there, beat a guy to win the football game against the Green Bay Packers, right? The boogeyman we talked about all pregame, all year.
Yep.
I said I needed this payback. Man, that felt good to win that football game. It feels good to take the dogs for a walk tomorrow. It'll feel good when I go in Starbucks and someone's in a Green Bay shirt and I ask them, how was that game that you just watched? It'll all feel good, man. It'll all feel good. Look. Before, when there was a lot of people thinking too much time, right? Did we score too early on that fake screen touchdown to DJ Moore? And that's your first stop. But then you think that's not Brett Favre. That's not Aaron Rodgers, right? That's not these guys who make those big plays. And Jordan Love's a good quarterback, like I said, but would you put him in the Hall of Fame? Rodgers and Brett Favre, right? And are things changing? And they get all their guys back next year, but we're going to keep building our team. And what a big win, man. Ryan Poles, Ben Johnson, George McCaskey, my best friend. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. Enjoy that victory. That's a big win for the city of Illinois. It's a big win for Chicago. Mully, you talk about the stands. My three of my older ones were there, Josh, James, and Grace, in the stands watching the game, texting me. And I kept thinking about it. This is a replay of the last time they played them at home, right? That everyone is just down. No way we can win. No way they can do this, Pat. Guess what? They're leading with time left on the clock. Too much time, some people said. It's crazy.
Right.
This is a crazy football team, man.
It's a crazy You're right. I'm like, hey, they scored too much. They went up by 4. Darn it. Too quick. Yeah. But I'll tell you what's funny, guys. I'm picturing myself watching the game on my couch. I'm sitting up kind of like I am right now. By about halftime, I'm halfway down. I've got the ottoman kicked out. I'm just depressed sitting down. Next thing you know, the second half, I'm starting to sit more upright. Then I'm leaning over my knees, standing up, walking around the room. I think everybody in Chicago was kind of doing that. Just what a game. I think I'm finally coming back down from that adrenaline of that fourth quarter. I mean, what an amazing game. You know, we said we'd talk about that other win, would go down in the history books of one of the greatest wins the Bears have ever had. This one right there, to me, because of the playoffs and the way it kind of transpired, and then seeing Caleb Williams, what'd you say, Olin, 361 yards, you know, and not having a great first half and then putting everything on his shoulders the second half the way Ben Johnson did and coming through that way. I mean, we're seeing a young star for us in Chicago at a quarterback position, man. I'm telling you, it's awesome. It's so much fun. It's so much fun.
Man. It's just the quarterback, Pat, the defensive performance in the second half. Again, Coach Dennis Allen, right, and that defense stopping the run. Jalen Johnson played a really good game, man. And, you know, Kyler Gordon, I know he got beat a lot, but his first game back, battling out there, right?
Yeah,
battling out there.
Man, I mean, he was also hitting people at the end of that game. Good for you, Kyler Gordon.
Yeah, but that's the team, right? That is their personality. That is their culture up there, that they are going to fight you tooth and nail to the end. And that's why the whole time you're just kind of like, because we've watched him all year, it may seem crazy. I had people texting me like, this game is over, and I just kept texting them back. You got to wait with this team. Like I felt that way too many times this year. You just got to wait, because if they have a chance to get back in this game, and because of the quarterback's arm, and because of the way he can attack downfield, what was that throw? What was that silly throw he threw to Roma Dunze when he fell on his back, and then he's screaming at the receivers, right? And he's taking hits all over the place. The left tackle, Ozzy, had a tough game. I hope he's healthy, right? But he had a tough game. There was pressure there all day long. But just the fact that you can put the ball in the end zone through the air, it feels like the Chicago Bears have joined the rest of the NFL in attacking the ball, attacking teams through the air, Pat.
And then Caleb, each week or each other week, it seems like he outdoes himself with some miraculous throw. That throw you're talking about on 4th and 8, like quarterbacks all on Twitter are like, what the heck is that? Like that might be the greatest throw of the season. And we've said that about 3 other ones he's had. But to have to do that in the 4th quarter I think it was 4th and 8. I can't even remember my stats anymore.
Yeah.
But whatever it was,
who cares?
It doesn't matter.
Stats, who cares about stats?
Yeah.
I know. It doesn't matter about that. But he keeps outdoing himself. And he's doing it in pressure situations, which is just, you know what it is? It's glorious. It's absolutely glorious to watch.
And Kirk Street said, right, guys, he was like, guys, his feet are all over the place. He looks uncomfortable. He did look like that a lot of games. And some of it was, snaps were a little wayward sometimes, and there was pressure up the middle and broken protections. And, 4th and 1 by the goal line, they throw the ball. There's a guy running free down the middle of the offensive line, and DJ Moore slips. And that one play to me down there, right on the 4th and 1 by the goal line, where you're like, just run the ball and get the first down. It kind of explained most of the game when they went 2 for 6 on 4th down. Kind of explained what we're talking about, the frustration. And you're like, I can't tell you how many people I put the Undertaker on Twitter and had him come alive, and I can't tell you how many people are like, it's over, Olin. Like, you're crazy. And I'm thinking to myself, like, you haven't watched this team all year. Then, if you think anything's done at any time with this young quarterback and that defensive performance in the second half, man, and then they didn't get like the bounces today, right, Pat? They didn't get like they punched the ball out, go somebody else.
They didn't
right?
get it. The one in the end zone that came back. Even the fumble that they recovered that would have given him a first down that was challenged by Green Bay, and he didn't catch that one. So I think there were a lot of moments like that didn't go their way, and they made mistakes. Like, there were bad decisions made, and guess what? They overcame all of it. And you're right. It was almost like they overcame it all out of habit, because that's what they do.
Yeah, it is what they do. And you think about, like, penalties late by Green Bay and, craziness to me, like the old lineman laying on the ground. Like, that's just, I hope he's okay.
10 seconds,
Sean Ryan, but that's a 10-second runoff. And then, there's a kind of a wayward snap on the last one. The first thing I thought was, Pat, like, put somebody on that third string center's head, man. Challenge that snap, right? Get after that guy.
Right.
Like, we got to get pressure from somewhere. I mean, there wasn't much pressure all game. I don't want to question the defense right now after what they did, but that first half was just crazy to me, right? They were just up and down that field, and offense couldn't move the ball, and just going for it. I don't know where did Ben go for it in that first half when you're like, this guy's just going crazy, man. He's 32.
He put his head on the pillow last night and said,
I was
I'm
thinking to
going
myself,
for it.
Yeah, I was thinking to myself, Mully right now is screaming about him going for it there, man. But, that aggression, that culture he builds by making those kind of calls, that we are always just going to attack. And, so if it doesn't work out, Pat, we'd be killing it, man. I got to be honest. And I'm an analyst, but it works out. And that fighting spirit, that, like, we're always attacking, we're always getting after you, that comes out at the end, man. And their young quarterback, he was mother effing guys on the sideline about routes, and screaming and yelling at coaches. And you know what? I thought to myself, he's fighting though, man. He's fighting, taking hits, and he kept coming back on that field. And no matter what he's doing on the sideline, look, on the field, he's competing, man. He's giving you everything he's got.
Yes, he is. And the guys see it. The guys see it on the field. And Olin, what's funny is we said it in the pregame, and you said it in the pregame, and I 100% agree with you. Ben Johnson's going to do some fourth down things. He's going to make some calls that we're going to disagree with. but we're going to ride with him. We're going to ride with him. And I was like, oh, man, maybe I don't want to ride with him right now.
Oh, man, I thought, Pat, I thought you were going to replay that for me, and I have to respond to it. I was like, oh, crap, man, here we go again.
I got your back on that, too.
But listen, even the inside handoff, right? They tried that in the first game against Green Bay, and it lost 5 yards. You know, it's spinning, and it's inside handoff, and the two tackles are pulling. They tried it twice today. And I was like, Ben, what are you doing? And then there was the Cole Kmet pass, right? Like Ben is listening to us and being like, yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it. You guys can keep talking about it. I'm gonna keep doing it, man. But I mean, guys, this game for the state of Illinois, for the city of Chicago, for old Bears, Pat, like me and you. Right, who have to wear glasses to even see our screen nowadays. And, you know, but at first playoff win since we were on the field. And we don't have to say that anymore. We don't, because they went out there. We talked about the magnitude of this game going into this game and what it meant to the city. And you just can't hide from the fact that how big this game is. Congratulations to the guys in the locker room, man. Yeah. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to the city of Chicago. Congratulations to Chicago Bears. Big win, obviously. Enjoy this one. You're moving on, but man, this is a big win.
And to win at home too, Olin. You know, we never won a playoff game on the road. We never really had to. We only played in Miami for the Super Bowl. But that connection you have between the fans and players after a game like that, it's pretty electric, and you feel it. I mean, it's just to win in front of those fans and to give them what they've been begging for, and then to go back in that locker room and be able to celebrate with your team. It's an unbelievable feeling just to win at Soldier Field. And Olin, like you said, it's just happy for this state, happy for this city, happy for every Bears fan across the world. It's about damn time to beat the Packers like that, and it just feels so good.
And I mean, we are only going to talk football, and don't worry about it, but we should mention that the Cubs made a monster signing tonight. I think it was about the third quarter. Got a text from John Heyman. We're on a text chain with John. And we have him on as a guest. He told us that Alex Bregman, the third baseman, had signed a 5-year, $175 million deal, which is the big bat the Cubs have been looking for. They got that. And somebody said this could be the greatest night in Chicago sports history. And, you know, to see the Cubs make a move, and they're trying to keep up, I guess, with what the Bears did. And the Bears have this city wrapped around their finger right now. I gotta tell you, I don't know. My phone has been blowing up since the game ended, and I have a lot of friends that are checking in and want to talk about it, and I'm kind of like, we're doing a show, you know. But it's absolutely an amazing outcome, especially given how uphill it was. I mean, and you were feeling at different points, like it was Sisyphus trying to get the stone up the hill. It just kept, and no matter what they did, oh my God, they're in 5. Oh no, here we go. Oh no, it's now 3. Oh God, there we go. It was unbelievable the way that kept turning.
It just felt like it was going to be a game that was going to be a 40-point to 14 loss. You know what I mean? It just felt like it was going to go that way. And whatever they did the second half, whatever that speech was, however they dialed up the defense differently, obviously, and then Caleb Williams was the key on the offense. They figured it out. But belief is the thing, man. That's been the key. We've talked about all these wins. They just keep believing, but you have to have players to do it. Colson Loveland, first-round draft pick. Good job, Ryan Poles. Rebuilt that offensive line, protected Caleb well enough, didn't run the ball as you would expect. But again, Caleb Williams, I mean, you said take a bow for Dennis Allen, but man, Caleb Williams got to take a big bow. That's just what a game for him to play. What a game for him to do in the second half to bring this team back. And it's just fun, guys, to watch a quarterback look comfortable and confident. He doesn't. Jordan Love looked a little rattled at the end, right? Where you looked at Caleb, it looked different. And you said I said I wanted Caleb Williams to outplay Jordan Love. He obviously did, but he even looked better. Just that calm, cool demeanor. It's nice to see that, and it's nice to see a win come through like that and the defense hold at the end.
And I'm guessing that Luther Burden ran the wrong route on that interception.
That's what I'm guessing, yeah.
Because I haven't seen Caleb that hot. He was on the side. He was infuriated. And there clearly something went wrong. And he threw 2 picks in that game. And I think his passing numbers were outstanding by the end of the game, but I think his passer rating was damaged by those 2 picks. And hey, I mean, I'm not complaining about what Caleb did at all because when it mattered, he was there, and it makes you feel like he's that kind of quarterback. He's that kind of player that we've seen all over the league in different spots that can change games and can make put their will upon another team. And he did that in the fourth quarter of this game. But, man, I haven't seen him that mad. I was worried with Ben going for all these fourth downs and Caleb swearing on the sidelines that they were kind of losing their composure. I just wanted to make sure they kept a grip on it, but what do I know?
A couple of things about Caleb I thought watching the game was my thoughts of him coming out of college, right, where everyone wanted to show him in the stands and obviously crying with his parents. And I just, what a tough guy he is, though.
Oh.
Right, and he talked, the fingernail stuff and whatever everybody talks about. And like we always talk about, Pat, nobody cares about all that in the locker room.
No.
If you're playing and fighting every day.
Yep.
No one really does. That's what a lot of people don't understand about the NFL. If you're studying your book, if you're showing up ready to play and you walk on the field and you show competitive toughness and good football character, no one cares.
Nope.
No one in the locker room cares. It's the most accepting place in the world. Do your damn job. It's all anybody cares about. And Caleb's doing it. And you talk about the interceptions, right? One was on fourth down, was like a punt, right? And he was mad at Rome. And someone broke it down. I wish I had his name because he did a nice job. They showed on the TV how I think Rome lined up wrong. They switched them sides. And then Caleb checked the play, and I don't think Rome got it.
Right.
And DJ tried to say something to him, but he snapped the ball. And anyway, there was confusion on that play. And obviously, Caleb thought he was supposed to run route. And it seemed to happen. It seemed like it wasn't happening with some of the ways that Rome Odunze bended his routes. Like maybe he wanted more up the field and more flat. But look, man, in a game like that, Pat, like you can't be sensitive. Like if you screw something up, or there's got to be a conversation about something, then the conversation's got to be had. And a quarterback is the guy who has to do it. As long as he's doing what's right and accepting blame when it's his time to accept blame and competing and winning games. I mean, they went down. They scored that touchdown. I cut it to 5, and then Green Bay scored again. Mm-hmm. And I think they got the ball back with like 5 minutes left. And when they scored again, even I was like, oh, man, that might be it.
Right.
Yep. But no.
You're assuring everyone it was okay.
Yeah,
but even
hey, we're good.
Yeah. Oh, my
but
God.
Olin, I love Caleb doing that because to me, we've talked about what we want to see, the growth of Caleb throughout the season. That's command of your offense. That means you know what everybody's supposed to do. And every quarterback has a different way to deliver a message. Every teammate has a different way to deliver a message. And like you said, if you're doing your job and you're consistent the way you deliver it or however it is, and you know what you're talking about, hey, man, let the guys know. And then he has command of this offense, and that's what you want to see from your quarterback. You want him to know what every other guy on that team is doing or every other guy on the offense is doing, and we're seeing that. And that growth is prevalent, and then we saw it in today's game.
Mm-hmm. Wow, we haven't even given out the phone number. We got full phone lines, so I think maybe we.
I can't wait to hear what the fans have.
We owe it to the fans.
It was. I think it was. They scored, and then they were down. It was 27-16.
Yes.
With 6:36 left.
Wow.
Right, and then they scored, and then they were down, and there was they scored with 4 minutes left. So Caleb took them down the field in under 3 minutes.
And they got the 2-point conversion. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we go down before in Chicago. We go down before 27-16, man, wrap it up.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Wrap it up, right? Wrap it up because we can't run the ball to the win, right? We can't. Mm-hmm. So just that, man, that fact that Ben Johnson and Caleb down 27-16 with that time left, right? With 27-16 with 6 minutes and 36 seconds left, and Chicago Bears can still win the football game. Wow. Is what Pat was and Mully, what you guys are talking about all the time. That things just feel different right now.
Mm-hmm. And how about Ben Johnson dialing up these game-winning plays? The one to DJ there, the one to DJ before in the Green Bay Packers game.
Yeah.
I mean, those are huge. That's scheming, right? That's scheming guys open. And that's Caleb making the throw. And that's credit to Ben Johnson. As much as we were getting on him in the first half, I got to give him a lot of credit for how he does that in the fourth quarter with these potential game-winning. He missed the one in Green Bay, but schemed him open. If Caleb makes a throw, that's another touchdown pass to beat Green Bay at the end of the game, and that's Ben Johnson scheming these open plays.
I know we're doing well when he has that play sheet he has on that board. When that thing's tucked under his armpit, we just scored a touchdown.
No.
He tucks that thing under and he walks away like, that's right. Oh, man.